Hello everyone and welcome back to Barbosa. This is my pirate themed island that I'm trying to build in just 14 days. Today is day 13, we only have one day left, and today I just wanted to sit down and do some final touches around the island because we are pretty much done with it. And there's just a few little areas around that need some fixing, need some final details, maybe some customization. Yeah, just like my sails up here, which I think that's going to be the first thing we're going to get started on today. But I pretty much decided I want to run around the island, see if there are any unfinished areas, which I know there definitely are, and complete them. That's pretty much the goal for today. And tomorrow I think we are going to work on decorating my house. So let's just go ahead and get started. It's kind of like a cozy morning here on Barbosa. It's like 6 a.m. or 6:30 a.m. I think. So yeah, it's like beautiful weather on the island. I did want to start off by customizing my sails because I accidentally overrided the white tile code that I had with one of the newer codes I downloaded recently. So I need to customize these kimono stands again to how they originally looked. And I think this also goes for the ship that I did in the back of the island as well. So let's just start off with something easy and small in the beginning. Alright, let's place the second one back in here and climb back down. Alright, first task done for the day. There are a few other little details that I wanted to upgrade for the ship. A lot of you left some suggestions and comments on my video where I built out this ship here, and quite a few of you suggested placing a simple panel here customized with the water path, and that way it kind of like blocks the cliff but it still looks like ocean. I do think I want to try that out. Oh, there's Sparrow. He's so cute just sitting on that little island eating an ice cream cone. He's so cute over there. Anyways, I wanted to try that out, see what it would look like. I don't know why I didn't think of this before. I feel like I was just afraid that the simple panel wouldn't really look that good or the illusion wouldn't come across, but I could be wrong. I just didn't end up trying it the first time around, so let's see how it would look here. I really do wish that the rim of the simple panel could be customized to match the codes we use on them. That would be so amazing. Let's place this here and see how it turns out. I'm gonna push it all the way back. You know, I still don't really like the ship from this front view, and also some of you did comment that I could place a statue in the very front of the ship, which I could. I think I have one of those statues as well in my storage. But I'm hoping that you don't really run over here. I mean, you can. There's really nothing blocking you. But the main point is for you to climb up on top of the ship instead of looking at it from the front. But I guess I could place a statue here and see what it looks like. I have the Great statue as well as a Valiant statue. So let's see which one might look better. Okay, I mean, it is interesting. It just also at the same time looks like the statue is kind of just sitting in the water. I don't really know how to make it look connected, or maybe I'm just being picky. That could very much be the case. Let's see what the Great statue looks like. Okay, kind of a similar situation, and I don't think the problem is the statue itself. I think this is a great idea. Maybe it's just because of the shape of my ship in the front that's not making me like it. Let's see what it looks like from up here, as well as the simple panel. Okay, I will say I do think I like the simple panel a bit better than the vines because it does block the cliff a lot more. And I guess the statue could stay there. I think I like the Great statue better than the Valiant statue. So we might just leave him there, and I might also add in a few more ripple effects of the water down below. There we go, something like that. I think it adds a little bit more dimension. I might even add a little bit of that in this corner too. And then I'm going to place the statue back here, and then we need to add the other simple panel and customize it to have the water path. And we're just going to place that right there. Let's take a look at it again from the top part of the ship. Okay, I do think the simple panels look better than it did before with the vines, because it does blend in with the water, but again, I just wish that simple panel didn't have the brown rim around it, but that's probably as good as it's gonna get. And with that, I think I've finished all the little details I wanted to add to the ship itself. I do really like the way that this looks, so let's go ahead and move on to the next area on the island. I do have quite a few plants to plant, like some trees and things, especially back here. I did want to place a coconut tree in this spot, right in front of the wheat fields. Before I do that though, I did want to grab some more of these flowers. I went to a treasure island and grabbed as many as I could because I did have to fill in the jungle with a few more flowers. And then I might just grab a coconut from this tree and plant it in that spot because I don't think I want it to be a fully grown tree. I might stunt it at a certain height, but for now I just want to plant it there so I don't forget. And then we can place a few more flowers in any spot that I think is a little awkward looking around the edges of the cliff, as well as a few vines. Maybe we can place one more flower on this corner and then one last one over here. And that might be all the corners that I place some flowers on, just to fill in all those little awkward spaces. And that might be it. I don't want to really fill out this beach too much. I kind of like the simplicity of it. So let's go ahead and check the jungle and see if there's any spots where we can plant these leftover flowers. I guess I could place one flower right in front of this vine bench. Is there anywhere else where I could use a flower? Oh, I've been wanting to put one right in this spot. It's a little bit too bare for me. And then let's go ahead and place quite a few weeds and other flowers and bushes on this top cliff, because I barely put any greenery up there on those cliffs when I first built it, so let's go fix that. Okay, with all those flowers and other things put in there, I do still need to craft a ladder to go right here. And then, as you probably saw, I have quite a few trees that I need to plant down in this area. I need to do a bunch of palm trees, regular hardwood, and bamboo. So I need to get a bunch of that stuff out. I also need to grab a few more flowers for that back corner of the cliff over there. And we will finish off this little jungle part. So here are all the trees put in. I know it looks a little chaotic right now, but hopefully it grows in very beautiful and lush, and we'll just have a really pretty overlook, just filled with trees. And also, hopefully it'll make the jungle look like it expands even further back past the mountains. And, well, I guess there's no mountains, but hopefully it makes the jungle look extra large. And then I also built the ladder here so you can climb up and down this way. And I think that's going to be it for this little area. I don't want to clutter too much, so I think that little part is good. Same with the beach here. Again, I want to leave it pretty empty, just to add to the whole beachy look, I guess. Let's see, what else can we do? Over here we have our pirate ship build. Oh, I need to change the sails back there to the white version of the code. And then up here, I don't really know what else to add up here, to be honest. I think this is pretty complete. I might throw in like one more of this iron statue so I can put one next to it. I guess I could drop like a bell bag on top of this box here. Yeah, it adds to the whole pirate vibe a little bit, but there isn't too much to add in this area. Oh, you know what I wanted to put over here? I forgot that I grabbed the piranha fish models, so those are going to go in this spot. Let's start on that too. So we have 5 spots to fill out, and luckily I think I have 5 piranha models. And then also, to make this look a little bit more realistic, I was going to throw in some grass standees in front of the fish models. Hopefully it's not too big and it doesn't block them, but I guess we'll find out once I place them down. I think that's kind of funny. I really like them there, and they add a little pop of color too. But I think I actually want to have them like diving maybe this direction. Does that make much sense? I guess we could have 3 looking this way and then 2 looking that way. Now I do need to craft our grass standees, and then I'll also customize them to the winter version, and it'll kind of look like the water's splashing. I have seen other creators do this before, so it's not an original idea or anything, but I think it's like a really clever idea for making it look like the fish are jumping out of the water. Okay, with these crafted, let's see what they look like in front of these models. Oh no, I'm worried they're gonna be too big. Yeah, those are kind of tall. You can only really tell what's going on here when you look at them closer. I'm just gonna place these down, and then I'll probably go on top of the bridge and see what it looks like from above, because you don't really see these from the little lighthouse area, so maybe it will work out I do think this illusion works a little bit better with bigger fish models, but we'll see. Let's go take a look at it from afar. So coming up on the bridge, I do think it's still a little too tall compared to the actual models. I mean, I guess what I could do is just have only 2 grass standees, or 3 possibly, and those will be our little piranhas jumping out of the water. But yes, as I said, I think this area is pretty much done. Maybe I could stick like a few vines on this cliffside so it's not completely empty. And there we go. This section is all complete. And this little section I think is done. Maybe I can place one more leaf pile if I have it, but if not, it's honestly not the end of the world. I'm pretty happy with this transition. Although I do want to grab some of these termite mounds because I wanted to update my entrance a little bit, but it looks like I am out of leaf piles. Okay, so we're just going to leave this transition here. And in the neighborhood, what? Roswell, why are you thinking? Oh goodness. Question for you, Tasia. What lies beyond the shimmering sea? It never used to bother me, but now I feel like I need to find out. You never know where you'll find your next great business idea. No, don't go, Roswell. Literally, the DA is almost done. I cannot have you leave. Plus, you're perfect. Okay, well, at least he is embracing the pirate energy. He's curious about what's out in the ocean on the open sea. I feel like, Roswell, you can definitely join my pirate crew if you're so curious about exploring. But either way, this whole neighborhood area I think is complete. I do want to take out these little saplings at the very last minute, so I probably won't do that right now. But I wanted to add a little bit of details on this beach here. I don't plan to do anything too crazy, but I thought it'd be fun to do like a little jail cell with a skeleton in it. Maybe add a few coconut trees that can be the backdrop for it. Just something so the beach isn't completely empty. And maybe I could put some treasure here. I also got the Peninsula here. I have no idea how to decorate this, but I guess I do have to figure it out today. So let's get started by planting a few coconuts. I just keep going around my island and shaking all the coconut trees because I have run out of coconuts in my storage. So I'm just like grabbing them from across the island. But let's plant one right there and one here, and I'm hoping that this grows out to its full state. And then I think I might place some of the deck code down so it's kind of the bottom of the jail cell. There really isn't a reason as to why I'm doing a jail cell right here. I just thought it would fit the theme and be kind of fun. Okay, for this, I'm thinking I can craft 2 ruined pillars and then also craft a few jail bars as well. I might throw a wheat field like right here, and maybe I can utilize a few of these wooden planks. I feel like I haven't used this code as much around the island, so I kind of want to use it here. And then I can also plant a few weeds around the area as well. And I think it'd be kind of cute if I drop a little puddle right here and then possibly like a garden rock or something right next to it. I also would like to stack a few pirate barrels and things in front of the jail bar itself, so I'll put one there. And I also have some tiki torches. Maybe I can put that in this spot instead of a flower. A little sideways barrel. Turn that way. I guess the other tiki torch can go on this side. Also, I think it'd be fun to drop this key design on the ground next to the jail cell. And then I also have this item right here. I think it's kind of spooky. I might actually put it on top of this barrel instead. And then I think I want to move the rock back a little bit. Or actually, maybe I'll replace the weed and put it where the rock was. And then I'm not sure if I like the blue shell, so I might actually pick this shell and put it on the puddle instead. I think the colors will just look a little better. Okay, now that that's done, let's start building out this little jail cell here. I want to place the skeleton first so we know that he fits in. We'll just place him right in the middle, and then we will do our first jail bar and then stick in our pillars. Okay, that does look kind of spooky. I really do like it. I might need to craft 2 more of the ruined pillars though. And I might throw in another rock right here, maybe a flower, and just a few little other dropped items to really fill out this tiny section. Like I have this creepy skeleton guy. He's been like my favorite item to use around this whole island. Ooh, actually instead I might place the anchor statue behind the rock. Yeah, that looks a little more nautical. I like that. And I also grabbed the pirate chest too. Maybe this isn't the spot for that. I guess I could place the treasure chest back here on the peninsula because again, not really sure what I'm gonna do over here. Actually, before I place that down, I might want to put some sand path down here. And I'm hoping that I can fit a palm tree right about there. So it's just like this little secluded spot on the peninsula. Alright, now we can fit in our treasure chest. You can't go wrong with more barrels, especially on this kind of island. Okay, so at least we have this little corner of the peninsula worked out. I need to go run and get those flowers. The beach definitely needs some flowers on it. Okay, let's plant a lily right here. And then I think a black rose would look good there. I also have the spiky fence. I want to place that right about there. And then we can drop the keys again in front of the jail cell. Okay, that all looks really good. Now time to figure out what I'm putting over here. It could be fun to do like a fake bridge that goes across and leads you onto this beach. I'm not really sure if I'm going to put anything too special down here, but I guess we could test this idea out. Once again, I'm using this handy dandy deck code, and then I could possibly line this bridge with the log stakes, kind of similar to what I did leading up to the lighthouse build. So I'll just put some like on either side here. That way you can't go too far when looking at the peninsula. And then I also grabbed the cave item, but I think I want to place a coconut tree somewhere over here. And then I guess we can cover this area with some more of my sand path. We can also do a lily right here and then probably a bush, as well as right here on this corner. And then maybe our spike fence there and here. And then I think it would be fun to place a regular barrel on this corner of the sand. And then I'll probably put a parrot on top of it too. Okay, we're taking a quick pause and running back over here because I wanted to place the plate armor up here on this top part. And then I think I might want to craft one more and place him on that side. And just to once again add a little bit more pirate vibes, I'm thinking of actually placing the tiki torches right in front of the spiky fence. I don't know what it is, but I just feel like adding fire around the island elevates the theme a little bit, so I definitely wanted to incorporate those. And yeah, let me go ahead and craft one more plate armor, and then we'll head back to the beach. Alright, let's place him here. Push it backwards a little bit, and there we go. I think this area is definitely full enough. If I add anything else, it might become too cluttered. So I'll probably leave it there, but let's head back down. I also forgot, I grabbed a few more termite mounds. I want to place a few of them, or at least one of them, along this cliffside here. I just think that finishes off the cliffside a little bit. Now let's go ahead and plant these coconut trees. I want one right here. I'm hoping this one will grow in. If it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. I have a feeling it won't because it's so close to the water, but we'll see. And then I wanted the third one right there. I do want to place a cave item on top of the sand, and then I went with the dark version. I just think it's kind of spooky looking. And let's line this little section with these log stakes. Now we just have like this cute tiny bridge. But I do think I want to replace one of these with the deck code that has a puddle on it. And then you come down here. I might push this over a little bit. I have another garden rock, and I'm thinking of lining this little section with some of these cannons. Although Roswell, I do need you to move out of the way because I want them to face that direction. I'm kind of just placing the last little bit of items that I have in my storage and things. So I'm kind of just having fun with this and hoping everything looks good together. I don't really have a specific plan. And then I guess I could put more of that wood code and then have it be like a walkway. Okay, let's place a few more items down here. Let's do a wooden box in this corner. I crafted a ruined broken pillar. I think that would look good in that spot. And then I have the parrot design. And I also grabbed a gyroid. Let's place him on top of this box. I guess I could do a ruined seat right there. And I actually might move the gyroid down to right here instead. I might actually move the parrot somewhere else. I guess I could put it on this barrel. And then this might be a little bit empty. I need a flower in that spot. You come down this way, which actually I might put some pathing right here. So I'm back with the flowers. I do want to place one in this spot like I said. Probably a lily. I think it would look really pretty right there. And then down here, I just threw these little random items together. I think they're kind of fun. So I want to place one more flower in this section. I guess I'll do the black rose. Actually, no. Maybe I'll just plant another weed right here instead. I just really wish we were able to plant different plant type items in the game on the beaches, just like we can in Happy Home Paradise. That would be so nice. But I just thought this would be like a very fun, whimsical filler spot. Nothing too dramatic about it. I don't think I'll be decorating all of the beaches. This one was honestly the one that was most prominent and easily accessible, so I decided to just decorate this whole thing. I do need 2 more coconuts though, so I need to get to a tree. Let's plant these 2, and then I think that's going to be all the decor for this beach. I think this came together quite well considering I didn't have any plans for this. But you'll see the finished version of it when I do the island tour, where all the coconut trees are growing in. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't want to do anything else too crazy in the area. And then coming out of here, I am quite satisfied with this whole section. I don't think I'm going to place anything in this area. I know I mentioned I wanted to put a little island here, but I'm afraid it would block the pirate ship too much, so I don't really think I want to do that anymore. Although I did want to stick in a storefront on the side of this house, just because you can see this cliffside here. I think that would be a really good solution to block that a little bit. So I'm just going to place it right about there. And then I think this actually would be a really good spot for a barrel. And you know what? We could go ahead and place one parrot on top of it. And I guess we can put some gold bars back here because this is connected to our market. Which, speaking of, up here, I did want to finish this off. I need to order some more mine carts and put them here. And then I wanted to stack a few more boxes and things because this section is a little too empty for my liking. So I want to stack some things here. And I also got some more items that I think would look good in the area, such as the lucky gold cat. And then I also found the ancient statue. I think that could be fun in the area. Okay, let's stack these boxes. I think I just want to put 2 on top of each other. So something like that. I'll probably put more mine carts. Let's place the lucky cat in front of these boxes and move this back over. I feel like this area just is missing something. I might even change up the path again. I kind of just want to see what it would look like if I chose something different. Okay, I found this path and I think I like it a little bit better. It kind of brightens up the area a bit more, and I also like how the stone kind of matches the stone down here, and it still looks really good against this code down here. So I kind of like this vibe. And then also I changed the castle tower from the decayed version to the sand. Just to make it a little bit more cohesive because there's a bunch of different patterns and items going on here, so I thought that would look a little bit better. I am quite pleased with how this is looking a bit better than before. I do need to fill in those other things, so I need to time travel and grab those. And I think this area will also be officially done, which means I think the very last few things that I need to do around the island are plant a few more things on these cliffs, and then I also need to get another frozen partition and put it behind the skull rock back here. And then last but not least, we have Mermaid Lagoon, which I need to work on the beach down here. Here's what Marina's house looks like. I actually customized it, and I think her house looks so cute in this area. It's just so adorable. So I want to put a bunch of different shells that go along the beach and leads up to her house. So let's just go ahead and get started on that. I wanted to put something a little bit taller right back here. Maybe I can use the mermaid lamp, and then that's, I guess, as far back as it's gonna go. And then I can put in the shell partition, I guess sideways like that. And then would the shell table look good over here? I'm just trying to figure out different ways that I can layer these items, but they do take up quite a bit of space. It is a little unfortunate that I don't have any more code space where I could download some mermaid pathing. I'm really only working with the shell items here. I guess I could always just use the sand path. Let's see what that would look like. You know, I actually kind of like it. I might want to curve it outwards towards this direction a bit more, but I think this is what we're gonna have to work with because I don't have any other pathing that I could use. And I can also use a few of these codes that I've downloaded as well, just to fill in all the little spots where I can't place any items. Okay guys, it's actually been some time between me working on the beach and I actually finished it, but it took me so long to do, and I'm probably going to cut a lot of it out because we already had a lot of this kind of build with me placing things and moving things around so many times in a previous video, so I think I'm just going to show you the end product. Here's what it looks like. I think it's so cute and pink. It is a lot. There's a lot of shells around, which I know. And then I also moved the skeleton down here too. But I think it's really pretty. I really like how this turned out. But as I said, it took me like a good 30 minutes to put this together. It was a lot of me just changing a bunch of stuff out, so I hope you don't mind. But also Marina's finally in this area. This is the first time we're seeing her walk around in her little mermaid lagoon, and she looks perfect. She fits the area so well. As you could probably tell, I added way more palm trees in the area, and I do think it frames it out very well. So I'm glad those are in there. And I also changed up the water path just a little bit, moved a few items around. But this is the finished mermaid lagoon. I love it so much. It's so pretty. I think her house blends very well. And yeah, that's basically, oh my gosh, and now she's singing. We just gotta let her have her moment. I think she's in love with the area. So cute. There you go, Marina, your own little mermaid lagoon. Okay, moving on to our next area. All of the trees actually grew in. I have done some time traveling as well. So all the trees have grown in that overlook build that I was working on near the jungle. So I do want to show you guys what that looks like. So coming all the way back here, we're gonna climb up the ladder, and then this is what the overlook turned out to be. I'm not really sure what I want to put on this cliffside here. Maybe I'll just put in like a weed and maybe a mum or something. But it's just filled with trees. That's pretty much all this area is. And I'm thinking I might change the height of those trees in the corner. I might want to stunt a few of them so it doesn't look too out of proportion. But yeah, just a fun little filler build. Nothing too extravagant or exciting here, but I did want to show you guys that update. I'm gonna do one more run around the island to see if there's anything else that needs some work. Oh, I do need to fix the sails back here. Let's actually go ahead and do that before I forget. And then this back beach is just full of sand, and all my rocks have spawned here again as well. I kind of like them back here, but I prefer them to be in the rock garden. So hopefully I will fix that. That's going to take some time, but I'm planning on just like placing a bunch of standees and things around in order to accomplish that. But let's go ahead and fix these two flags right here. I might as well go ahead and place some pathing down here too since I'm up here. And I guess I'll just do the same for the ship helm. I know I said in my previous video that I didn't care about the back of the ship, but now that we have the beach here that I created, I think this would be a really fun overlook. So I actually might put some more curtain partitions on the bottom side here, and I also had the pipe here so you can have easy access onto the ship. So I think it would actually be cool if I were to finish this off, which makes me want to actually fit in a plank that can go on this side, and then I'll have one curtain partition, 2, 3, maybe 4, and then we'll have the plank going out that way. And I guess I could put a vine on the edge of it, or maybe a ladder, but for now I'll just do a vine because I don't have a ladder on me. And then for the actual plank part, we're just going to use the same wooden code that I used for the other one. And there we go, and then you can climb down onto the beach as well and then walk around and explore over here. I might want to fit one more palm tree in this back corner too. And I'm honestly not sure what I'm going to do to decorate this area, but you know what I would like to do? If I have an extra pirate treasure chest, I think I would like to fit it on this ship. Okay, great, I do have quite a few of these. I'm hoping it will fit just like right here against the ship helm. Alright, there we go. Okay, that looks really cool. I do need to shift the pipe over a little bit because otherwise you will not be able to exit from the pipe. And then what should I do for this back portion? You know, I could always do like another dark and ancient kind of build. Like I could put the cave item back here, and maybe it's like the hidden portion of the island where lost treasure is or something. I haven't really used these, but I have the tall lanterns. I think they look kind of spooky and cool. I think they really fit the pirate aesthetic, and actually I might move this a little bit more forward, and I can put one on either side of the cave. And of course I have another creepy skeleton. I'll just stick him right in front. I'm gonna get rid of all these rocks, and I think these are fossils that have scattered around the area. And then I'm going to plant one more coconut tree right there. And then I need to order some more curtain partitions, as well as one more wheat field, and we'll time travel so I can fit all that stuff in there. And I think I want to place like a treasure map back here as well, and probably one more pirate treasure chest. So I've time traveled, and I also ordered the curtain partitions. I do want to customize these so that I can put them against the ship. And also our little build here is coming along pretty well. The tree back here didn't grow at all because I think it was too close to the rocks, so I had to place it there. But the trees are slowly but surely growing in. Also, I did hit all of the rocks to make them hopefully spawn somewhere else, but they keep just showing back up here, which understandably there's this whole bunch of open space. I honestly kind of like this rock right here against the tree. Normally you can't have rocks sit against the trees or plant trees next to rocks, I don't think. So I kind of got lucky with that one just growing there, so I think I actually want to leave it there, as well as this one. I'll decide if I keep this one in here, but for now I'm just going to leave it. But I do need to grab some customization kits so we can customize these curtain partitions. Alright, let's start placing these down here. Oh, that is not the right way. I need to have them face this direction. Okay, coming on the ship, I'm actually not sure if I like it. I like it in the front, but I don't know if I like it back here. I wonder if I can figure out something else to use as like a fake railing. Okay, wait, actually, I think I like the simple panels the best. I think that looks pretty good. Hopefully though, I have enough in my storage shed. I honestly am not sure. Okay, yeah, I like the look of this a lot. So there we have our railing, I guess, technically, for the ship. I know the ship looks a little funky at the top here. Originally it was meant to be only a perspective build, and I wasn't going to make this part accessible, but I do think it's going to be fun to be able to explore this area, so I might as well just leave it in here. So yeah, that was a very simple filler. You guys will probably see the very end product of it during the tour. But this is essentially the idea. I don't think I'm going to add anything else in here, but overall I'm really happy with this filler and I just think it's really fun. Okay, now we can run over to our very last area for today, which is something that I keep running by and I keep forgetting about it. I keep running by these buildings and forgetting that they're not completely done. I wanted to add like a second level to them, so I actually need to run behind this terraforming so that I can decorate back here. And I might need to remove some of these stone kitchens. For these buildings, I was just thinking of using the medieval building side and then customizing some simple panels to go in front of it. Either debating between this one or this one. I think I like the window on the right side, so I'm going to customize all of them to be this variation. And then we're going to put in our medieval building sides as well. Okay, I thought of another idea actually. I think I want to expand this building a little bit wider. It did look a little strange just having it be 2 spaces wide up here. So I'm going to actually put 2 medieval building sides on the top part. And then maybe I could put in one more stall here and then put in some plain simple panels behind it. That might look good. And then I can like stack other items on top of that stall. I'm going to try that and see how it looks. And then we'll go from there. Ooh, it's kind of like a gloomy morning today. And I kind of like it. Like the sky is kind of pink, but then it also has these darker clouds. Well, not really pink. I feel like it has hues of pink and purple, and then the sky's still blue. I might actually see what the weather is like later in this day, because I'm still struggling to figure out what time of day I'm going to set this dream address. But either way, here is how the buildings turned out. I love them. I feel like they blend perfectly with what is back here in the market. So now it just feels a lot more cohesive. I do, however, think I want to put in a ruined pillar on either side here. That way both edges of the bridge feel a little more similar. So I think that's like the last little detail that I need to put in here. And I would do that now. However, I don't have any more vines, so I need to go run and get those. But here's how the building sides look. I threw in some cactuses on top and I just think it's so cute. I love the look of these. And I think the last little things I want to add are just a few boxes and barrels and signs in this area, just to add a little bit more dimension to the storefronts and things. I wanted to put like 2 wooden boxes right about here and kind of stack them in different ways. Yeah, something like that. And then I also have a sign that I crafted that I kind of want to put in this corner and next to this barrel. I do want to push these boxes back just a little bit. Move that over, and I think we're good. I also have a candle that I think would look really cute on this barrel. Let's just turn it that way though. Actually, I might even move this box over to this side instead. I know the resident services building blocks this view here, but it's honestly just meant to be a little transition area, and I think it's so cute. Okay, I just ran to Happy Home Paradise to grab the extra vines, so I was able to craft these 2 pillars here, and oh my goodness, I just think this is exactly what this area needed. It really frames off the bridge so nicely, and everything just feels connected now, and I absolutely love that. So I'm just so pleased with how this has turned out. And I think you guys, after running around the island, there really isn't anything else that needs fixing or building. If anything, I might do one last check around the island before I set the dream address, but all the main areas are pretty much built. So yeah, I'm so excited that this island is done pretty much. I do have to decorate my house, which that's what we're going to do in tomorrow's video. So stay tuned for that if you'd like to see how the pirate cabin turns out. But other than that, yeah, this island is pretty much done. I cannot wait to share the dream address with you guys. Today was kind of just a laid back video. Hopefully you guys were able to play along or just get some things done as this video played. Or if you just enjoyed watching the video all the way through, I definitely appreciate you guys so much for watching, and also thank you guys so much for all the sweet comments and suggestions you left in the videos for me. I really do appreciate you guys, and I love chatting with you in the comments, so thank you so much. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely consider giving it a like and also subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!